Hey everybody, Quadrajet Power here. Um, Today we're going to show you how to pull the idle tubes uh, from a Quadrajet and replace those. So um, idle tubes have a restriction at the end. On the This restriction allows fuel to come through the idle circuit. Um, these get clogged from sitting in the junk inside the Quadrajet for a number of years. We always pull these on every build that we do. We resize these for performance use. If you've got a cam uh, bigger than stock, or you've got a higher compression ratio where your uh, vacuum levels are lower at idle, then then this restriction on the end of this idle tube needs to be modified so that you can get more fuel and run on the idle circuit. We sell this precision drill bit kit. I'll put links to these items, to the idle tubes, to the kit, everything else in the description, so you can find them there at quadrajetpower.com. So idle tubes, if you can see, this is an old Quadrajet that's actually no longer going to be functional, so it's going to go to the trash bin. But we've got on the idle circuit, the idle tube is pressed into the main body here. There's one on each side, and then down channel restrictions are also in the holes here. So fuel comes from the jet well, comes up through the restriction, through the idle tube, comes over and goes back down through the down channel restriction. It mixes with idle air from the air bleeds up on top as it goes across, and then before it goes to the base plate, it gets more air through the lower idle air bleeds. So we're gonna pull one of these out and show you the easiest way to do that. I usually spray a little silicone on them. Seems to help. Sometimes we have to use heat. Hopefully we won't have to do that today. I use my the same. It's a 3/32 punch, and because the idle tube sits inside a collar, it's very hard to see here, but because it sits inside the collar, we're going to tap down the tube just a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. The tube is tapped down a little bit, so the collar is exposed on the top. Now, sorry, I had to go get a screw. Use a sheetrock screw, actually. It's what I use to pull these. Phillips tip. Once we've knocked that idle tube down a little bit, we're going to screw the screw into the collar so it'll connect into the collar. Now that the screw is in the collar, we're going to use the side cutters down low on the screw and going to lift out. That one came out nice and easy. You can see on here how the collar slid just a little bit on the tube. So now we're going to pull. We'll take the screw out. If we were going to reuse this idle tube, we would set it down on the bench and tap it back down so that it's back down in place. So you can see how dirty they get through the years. A lot of times the restriction is clogged if the carburetor sat for a while. We always pull these and clean these with a rod if we're reusing them. If we're not, we'll resize them to match, and we can resize them for you if you let us know. When you order at quadrajetpower.com and you're ordering replacement, 35 thousandths is a restriction That's the smallest we can get these days, but we can size these for you if you let us know your vacuum, your cam, your compression, or you can select. I think we've got 35, 36 thousandths, 38 thousandths, 40, 42, but typically a 30, 35, 36 thousandths for most stock mild engines. If you got a pretty low vacuum because of compression, then you may need to go to a 38, rarely a 40. But now you can see the orifice is still in there. Now if we're going to pull the down channel restriction, kind of the same exact thing. Down channel restriction sits down inside there. I'm going to pull it just so you can see it. Same idea. We're going to just pull it. Now it came right out. The down channel restriction is a little brass cup. Take the screw back out. And we do sell these as well. It's a DCR is the, well, hard to see, but it's got a orifice inside. That's the down channel restriction size. And again, if you've got a modified engine, you may need to increase the size of these. And our precision drill bits would have the drill bit if you wanted to do this yourself. You can do this without having to pull the down channel restriction. You can drill them out inside as long as you blow it out and clean it out good. If you're working with a commercially remanufactured Quadrajet, they typically make these very large, so they richen the idle circuits. So you may need to pull them and replace them. And we can size these for you, or we can send you the ones with the small restrictions so you can do the restriction size for what you need. And we can help you with the sizes if you need that. That's how you pull the idle tubes. Put a new one in. I'm gonna tap this one back down, like I said, so that it's back in the place that it is. When I'm gonna put it back in place, again, this carburetor's trash, so it's not gonna be reused. I use a 5/32 punch. I'm gonna tap it back down in place, and I'm gonna make sure that it's down below the ridge right here, so that fuel will flow across. Thanks for watching. Please like the video. Please subscribe to our channel, quadrajetpower.com, for everything that you need.